What's happening, Rancho? It's me, Ryan Beaver, and I'm excited because I have a game for you. Now, I want to make sure you notice something. I didn't say, what's happening, kiddos? It's me, Mr. Ryan, because this is not a children's video. This is a Rancho video. That doesn't mean children can't play it. It just means it's for everyone. I would even go so far as to say it's more for adults than it is for children. Not that there's anything incredibly risky on here. But here's the deal. This is a game designed to entertain the adults of Rancho and anyone else that might be interested in playing a battle of wits, engaging in a battle of wits. This is a game I stole from the iPhone app Psych. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. There's a picture of it. Check it out. Now that game is a lot of fun, and I'm going to do the best I can to explain to you how it's played. Essentially, each round starts with every player getting a prompt. In our case, we chose 3 categories. One of them is called Proverbs. Basically, it starts with a proverb like a bird in the hand, and then it leaves it blank, and somebody has to fill in their best attempt to do it. Except these Proverbs are random, rare Proverbs that no one knows the actual ending to, so they get to make up something ridiculous. The second round is called It's the Law, or Weird Laws. And in this one, you get something like, in Chula Vista, San Diego, it's illegal for dogs to blank. And then you have to make up the end of it. And then the last one was crazy TV shows, and it would be something like, or name that TV show. It would be something like, this 2007 comedy involves 2 Siamese twins trying to become world champion doubles ping pong players. And then you have to name what that show would be called. Something like that. So the way it works is that each competitor makes up an answer, and then those fake answers are mixed in. This is me mixing them in with the real answer. So if there's 6 players, most rounds will involve 7 answers. The 6 players' answers plus the 1 real answer. And each player then has the task of trying to sort through all those answers to pick the one they think is the actual correct answer. Here's how the competitors score points. Every time they guess, they choose out of those 7 and find the actual correct answer, they get 2 points for guessing the correct answer. They get 1 point every time they can trick another player into choosing their answer. So if they make an answer that's so good that 2 players choose it as what they think is the right answer, they would get 2 points for that. So you get 2 for choosing the correct answer and 1 for every time you fool somebody else. And that is how they will be competing. So how can you play? You at home, we are inviting you to play. Option A is just casual. And I'm not saying option A because it's better. I actually think it's not as good. Option A, you can just casually watch it. Maybe you're sitting on the couch with a loved one and you see the answers come up and you'd be like, oh, it's totally B. It's totally B. I'm talking like a surfer dude, because someone like Steve, who likes to keep things casual, would probably play it this way. But if you're super intense like me and you're like, I want to play. I want to play this game. Here's what I'm inviting you to do. Each round, I'm going to give you 3 choices. So you'll have 7 options to choose from, except 1 round where somebody got the actual right answer. There's only 6 that round. But you'll have 7 options most rounds. I want you to choose the 3 you think are most likely to be correct. And then I want you to take out of those 3, the one you're most confident in. I want you to make that your number 3, because it's going to earn you 3 points if you get it right. Take the one you're second most confident in, give it a 2. And the one you're third most confident in, give it a 1. If one of those is correct, they earn you the corresponding points. So if you're number 3, top one, like this is the one I know is it, if you get that right, you get 3 points that round. Congratulations, well done. If you get your second one right, you get 2 points. If you get your third one right, or your 1.1 right, you get 1 point. That is how you can play. We want you to follow along because we're hoping that you and your family will play along with us. You guys can compete against each other, have fun playing this game. It is a lot of fun to try and figure out which one of these nonsensical answers makes the most sense, because these are some weird answers, and oftentimes the weirdest answer is the one that's actually right. If you have little kids, I do need to warn you that there is some super mild potty humor, and I mean like mild. It's literally like potty humor, like bathroom type humor. I don't think it's a major issue, but I do want to let you know, if that's a concern for you, don't have your kids play. Now, the competitors in this game, I need to introduce them to you before we get going. Our first competitor, he is our Murrieta campus pastor. You know him as that surfer dude that teaches. I really like the way that surfer dude teaches. That guy with the amazing hair that looks just like my hair my senior year of high school. Flashed a picture right now. That's Steve Solomon. Steve, say hi to the people.
Hey Ryan, I'm so happy to be here. I've been up all night studying for this thing, and I'm ready to give it my best shot, so let's go.
Thank you so much, Steve. Good luck to you in this game, brah. Brah? Our next player, she is probably going to do really well at this game. She might be as competitive as I am. Her name is Megan, and she runs the Community Mission of Hope. Megan, say hello to the people.
Hey, I'm so excited to be on this show. It's just really a shame that I'm going to kick everyone's butt.
All right, Megan, thank you so much for making time to play this game, but more importantly, thank you for all that you and your team are doing to help this valley at the Community Mission of Hope. Our next competitor does not lack enthusiasm. You've seen him during announcements. He is our high school pastor. His name is Justin Tyndall. That's my best basketball introduction. Justin, I hope you like that. I know you're a basketball player. Say hello to the people.
Yo, what's up? Thanks a lot, my dude. Let's get this party started.
All right, I told you he did not lack for enthusiasm. Thank you so much, Justin. Our next competitor. Oh my goodness. First time I saw this guy, I thought that Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy had walked into the office at the church. It turns out it was just a worship leader named Evan Rudisil. What a great guy this guy is. Do not be fooled by his southern accent. He's going to try and be like, oh shucks, but this dude is sharp. Evan, say hello to the people.
Hey Ryan, thanks so much for having me on the show, man. So I know that I got all of these questions right, so this is going to be a lot of fun.
Did I not tell you that he would try those tactics? Do not be fooled by his southern accent. He's a gamer. Now, our next competitor. You know her as the one who runs our small groups. You know her as one of our teaching pastors. You know her as the person who announces things quite often. It's Laurelyn Vasquez. Laurelyn, say hello to the people.
Hello, Ryan and everybody. I'm excited to play with you. I love trivia. It's going to be fun, all these tidbits of random information. So here we go.
All right, thank you, Laurelyn. Now, here's the thing. I tried to shut it down. I tried to say, that is enough, people. We're full. But this person would not stop pestering me, would not stop texting me saying, please, let me play. It'll make me feel like I have a bunch of friends and whatever. Scott, the squeaky wheel Treadway, wanted in. So Scott, go ahead and say hello to the people.
Hey, thanks, Ryan. I'm excited to play, and just so you know, I'm going to dominate this game.
You see that little thing at the end, Scott? That little comment you made? That is why I didn't want to invite you into this game. Anyway, it's time for us to play. If you don't already have your pen and your paper, and you're planning on playing this the right way, you need to do it right now. Go get set up. And this is probably the most important thing you can hear the entire time. Listen, if you need to pause at any point, do that. I will try and give you a heads up. Hey, if you haven't paused yet, you want to pause here type of thing. But it's up to you to pause it. I couldn't make this game 3 hours long. It's up to you to make the game as long as it needs to be for you to be able to play it the way you want to play it. Let's get to the first category and the first round. Good luck, everybody. All right, so this slide is the one where I would recommend pausing. Every round, you'll see a slide like this that kicks off the round. It has the prompt and the list of answers, and it'll usually last about 10 seconds, but you will probably need more time than that if you're writing things down. So pause when you see this slide, and then after this slide, you get to see each player's guess as to what they thought was best, which is oftentimes not correct, and then when they're done guessing, I'll show you which answer was actually correct. This is the actual round one question, so if you need more time, pause it, because here come our players' guesses.
Without licking your fingers. That is definitely true.
Without the hive. Pretty basic, pretty simple.
Without getting stung by a bee or two. This was told to me my entire life from my parents and their parents and all this stuff.
Licking your fingers? No, that's gross. First, handling the bee. I'm going to go with bee.
Without, obviously, the answer is B. First handling the bee. Let's go.
Without licking your fingers. It's part of it.
All right, as you can tell, our players are all supremely confident that their answers are correct, but did any of them actually pick the correct answer? And more importantly, did you pick the correct answer? We'll see, because up next is the slide showing you what each answer was and who it was written by, as well as which answer was the correct answer. Good luck to you. Looks like licking your fingers is the correct answer. Did you have it in your top 3? If so, give yourself the points that you earned. And now we're going to look at our next slide, which will show you which players got the most votes for their answers that they made up, and we'll see which players actually guessed the right answer. All right, we've been through round 1, but we cannot move on to round 2 until we get to the most important part of round 1, which is the scoreboard update. So let's see how our competitors did after the first round. Looks like Steve Solomon is dominating with 4 points. Then you've got Laura Lynn with 2, and who's that name at the very bottom of the list? Could you guys read that one? Let's all say it out loud together on the count of 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. Scott Treadway's in last place. Oh my goodness, that breaks my heart, but we have to move on. Now at this point, I'm gonna just kind of let you guys do this on your own. Occasionally I'll pop in with some thoughts, probably some scoreboard updates. I hope you guys have fun playing the rest of the game.
Chooses not to fight. Can't lose. Can't lose if you don't play.
Stays at home. So if you stay at home, you ain't gonna die in battle. I like that one.
B, does not fight.
Chooses not to fight. If you don't fight, you won't be killed, right? That makes sense.
Who never fights? Pretty obvious. You don't fight, you don't get killed. Put that in your notebook.
Who? C. If he stays at home. Man, you can't be getting your butt killed if you not even going to the battle.
All right, it looks like Steve is extending his lead, and everyone has, no wait, not everyone has points. Scott still has the big old goose egg. What a bummer.
Going off of number 2, ready? No one likes to be the first to lose. No one likes to be the first to lose. That's just a proverb about coming in second place. That's what that is.
Obvious answer, A. Admit that they're wrong. Ain't nobody about to admit that they're wrong first. Onward.
I literally am always the first one to a dance, so surely it cannot be that one. To admit that they're wrong. A. No. G. Test the water.
To admitting they're wrong. I might be wrong about that, but I'm not admitting it.
A dance. Pretty awkward. You go to a dance, you're by yourself, no one to dance with. When people show up, they make fun of you.
To admit that they're wrong.
All right, now if you notice, Scott did have someone vote for his answer, but it turns out it was Scott himself that voted for his answer, which of course cannot earn him a point. Scott, I know you were trying to get off the old goose egg, but that's not the way to do it, buddy. Come on. That was a really strong round for Megan, moving past Laura Lynn into second place, just 1 point behind Steve. Well done, Megan.
Number 4, a drowning man is not troubled by rain. He has got a couple other things on his mind in that moment. So, a drowning man is not troubled by rain.
Able to save himself. Man, what he needs to do is invest in some swim lessons.
Concerned with his riches. If you're drowning, you don't need to worry about that.
F. Troubled by rain.
Troubled by rain. Why would you be troubled by rain when there's water all around you and you're sinking in that water?
Is not concerned with riches. Oh, I think they wish he had more money for a life vest. But anyways.
A very interesting round here. We had 4 players actually pick the correct answers, and looks like our friend Scott got into the game. He's in contention, but at the top, tied for first, is Steve and Megan. Let's move on to the next round.
We're all going to be 100 years older.
We will not worry about 100 years ago. Great proverb about sending yourself in the moment. You know, living right now for the right now. It's a good one. Let's write that on our hearts.
The answer is G-unit. Not worry about 100 years ago. You ain't thinking about 100 years ago, 100 years coming up. You're not thinking. Yeah, anyways.
100 years from now, we will, I'm going to go with G, not worry about 100 years ago.
100 years from now, we will be dead. Can't think of any other better way to answer that.
100 years from now, we will not remember. Pretty clear.
Another strong round for Scott Treadway with 3 people guessing his, but look who our new leader is. It's Megan sitting up there all by herself. Also, I do need to mention that the second place person after round 1 was Laura Lynn, and now she's dropped down to join Justin at the bottom. Come on, you two. I believe in you. Let's go to the next round.
When catching a lame mouse. There's a tool for everything, guys. For every job, there's a tool.
When D, the swift horse is running the wrong direction. Come on, y'all. You got to be thinking about what direction you going.
Like, none of these really make any sense, but I'm just gonna go with when the horse is blind, I guess, because that would be scary.
When the horse is blind. Obviously, you'll take the lame cat.
When the swift horse is running the wrong direction. That is for sure. Nothing like running. It's like when Ryan Beaver hits the golf ball in the wrong direction, blocks out of the zone.
When the horse is blind. Oh, poor guy. Poor horse.
Wow, would you look at that? We have a 3-way tie for first place. This game is getting interesting. Laura Lynn, you had 2 points after round 1 and you're stuck at 3. I believe in you, girl. You can do this.
Number 7, a short nose is harder to smell with flower. It's harder to smell the flowers with. So hard to get your nose in there when it's short if you want to smell flowers. I like that one.
A short nose is good for smelling long flowers. Everything has a purpose. This is good.
A short nose is not a liar. The answer is E. Shout out to Pinocchio.
A short nose is way better than a big mouth. Keep that mouth closed.
A short nose is better than a big mouth.
A short nose is better than a big mouth. I don't have a short nose and I have a big mouth, so I'll leave that up to you.
Looks like Steve Solomon has pulled into sole possession of first place with 10 points, but Scott and Megan don't appear to be going anywhere, and that is the end of our first round. We're going to be moving on to our next category. It's Strange Laws. Good luck, everybody.
I know. I was born in Downey, California, by the way, Downey Community Hospital. And I know 2 officers cannot read your Miranda rights at the same time. Only one at a time.
That is read you your Miranda rights. They can't do that at the same time. It gets way too confusing.
If 2 police officers are reading your Miranda rights at the same time, there's no way that's legal. The answer is C.
May not take a bathroom break. Pretty obvious when partners are going to the bathroom at the same time. They're pretty vulnerable.
They definitely can't both read your Miranda rights at the same time. That would get confusing, especially in Downey.
And 2 officers may not take a bathroom break at the same time. Nope, can't do it.
Megan has an incredible round here, although I do need to point out that one of the votes for her answer was actually from Megan, so that point will not count. But she did do well enough to pull into a first place tie with Steve. Meanwhile, Laura Lynn is still struggling at the bottom, but I am telling you, keep your eye on Laura Lynn.
Okay, number 2, an ordinance in Noggles, I'm going to say, Arizona, prohibits the wearing of night goggles. That's why they named the town that, Noggles. No night goggles. Don't do it. All right.
You are prohibited to wear shoes on the wrong feet. It's real crazy.
You're prohibited from wearing leather because leather is obviously illegal in Arizona. Duh.
An ordinance in Nogales, Arizona prohibits the wearing of suspenders. You'll get all tangled up.
I'm going to say gorilla masks because why not?
Prohibits the wearing of night goggles. That gives criminals an unfair advantage for sure.
And just like that, after her 3-point round, Laura Lynn has brought herself out of the cellar, leaving Justin there all alone. And up top, that's Megan in the lead. Can she hold on? She's been strong the entire way. Let's see how she does this round.
You better not be trimming animals from 7 a.m. to noon, because animals are chilling at the house. Man, you know the animal hours are from noon to 5. Let's go.
Cannot serve beverages because it's illegal to drink alcohol and stuff. So no serving beverages from that time.
Trim a beard, because it's probably loud and noisy and it'll wake up your neighbors.
That's eating onions. It actually is assault because people come in to get their face kind of trimmed up and their hair all done and all this stuff, and you got onion breath in your face. You can go to jail for that. So they're forbidden.
From serving beverages in Waterloo, Nebraska, from 8 a.m. to noon. I was in Waterloo, Nebraska just this morning, and I tried to get a Diet Coke, and they said, no, it's forbidden.
From eating onions. Barbers can't eat onions from 7 in the morning until noon. Bad breath.
Looks like the top of the leaderboard is getting more and more crowded. This is going to be an interesting game.
In Alaska, it's prohibited to whisper. You cannot whisper in someone's ear while you're moose hunting. I know that. I went to Alaska last year.
In Alaska, it's prohibited to whisper in someone's ear while they are sleeping. They had a lot of incidences with that in Nebraska. People being awoken and these sleepwalkers wreaking havoc in the town, all because of the whispering. So they cut that out.
You can't be whispering in someone's ear while they are using the bathroom. Don't be talking to me while I'm trying to pee, and don't be trying to do nothing while I'm taking a doo-doo. Obviously, answer F.
Driving, that's dangerous. Don't do it.
It's prohibited to whisper to someone's ear while they're moose hunting because the moose will run you over. So no whispering. They hear that. Good ears, good ears.
When they're being questioned by the police, it's unfair. Did you steal that car? Somebody could whisper in your ear, say no, and then you say no, but you actually did, and anyway, it gets awkward.
Steve has a commanding 3-point lead at the top of the leaderboard, but look who's in second place. Up from the ashes, it's Laura Lynn. I told you to keep an eye on LL.
Athens, Greece. Did you know that if you're poorly dressed or unbathed, you can actually lose your license? It's all about cleanliness there. Don't mess with those in Greece. They make sure they're all clean.
Either being someone who wears a toga or someone who owns a flamingo. You just can't do that in Athens, Greece. The flamingo is a sacred bird. It's a sacred bird to them. So if you own it, you're in a lot of trouble and you'll lose your license.
Definitely for being too young, hello, age limit, and definitely for being too old, senile. Obviously, answer E. Shout out to all my young people and seniors.
I'm just going to say poorly dressed and unbathed. So please just watch how you're dressing out there in Athens.
Being poorly dressed or not having, being unbathed, not having to take a shower. They don't want to pull you over. It's sticky.
Poorly dressed or unbathed. Both of those are forbidden in Athens, Greece. You can imagine they have to keep their standards.
There is no comfortable way to say this. I'm a big fan of Justin Tyndall. If this was a basketball game, he'd be in the top, that's for sure. But this is a game of Psych. And right now, he's struggling. Can he pull himself out of the cellar?
All right, you cannot be tying a dog, thanks a lot, Michael Vick, in Atlanta, to a light pole.
Your bike lock, and I think I got that one right.
To tie your bike lock to a street light or telephone pole. It's city property. You tie your bike onto that city property, it blocks the sidewalk. Just not a good thing.
Lock your bike lock to a telephone pole or to an electric pole. Street light or telephone pole. Yeah, you can't do it. Too crowded, too messy.
Atlanta, you cannot tie an American flag to a street light or to a telephone pole. Just illegal in Atlanta. I talked to Evan about this. He knew that is the case.
Listen, I'm from Georgia. I know this rule. It is a giraffe. You cannot tie a giraffe to a telephone pole or a street light in Georgia. That is a true law.
Test. With 5 players within 4 points of first place, you could not ask for a much closer game. I don't know how you guys are doing at home, but I hope you're enjoying watching the suspense of our staff showdown. All right, it looks like we're on to our final category. It's Name That Show. Good luck to you. I hope you're having fun. This is where things get serious.
The name of that show is called Vacancy. It's called Vacancy. It's not a show. I didn't watch it a lot. My parents did. I wasn't into it, but it was, that's a show.
B, Leaving the Nest. Man, get your butt out the house.
First one is a comedy. Regular Joe is a comedy about a dude growing up and wants his grown children to leave the house.
Leaving the Nest. That makes sense to me.
Regular Joe. That's Joe. Can't get his kids out.
There's this 2011 comedy, and it's called Leaving the Nest.
You might as well change Steve's name to Steady Eddie because this guy has been near the top of the leaderboard the entire time. He's in the lead right now, and look who's in second to last place. It's Scott, and everyone cheered.
Growing Up Together is this charismatic dad who's only 19 years older than his son, and they kind of become more friends than father-son.
The name of that show is called Like Father. It's a very funny show, but it grips at the heartstrings on that one. Like Father.
Obviously, Growing Up Together, man, they're still both navigating life. Answer D.
Growing Up Together, I guess. I've never heard of this show.
Growing Up Together. Immature young dad, immature young son.
Kid Text and Jerry is the name of that show.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing. From the very bottom of the scoreboard, just a few rounds ago, Laura Lynn has stormed her way to the top. Laura Lynn, I'm proud of you. That is an amazing comeback. Let's see if you can hold on to it.
That is called Forever Young. Forever Young. All the whole family's last name is Young. And so they're like forever. Yeah, it's a play on word. You get it.
The answer is E, Portland Parents. Shout out to all my Portland friends right now.
Hashtag avocado child. Why is that even a thing? I don't know. I'm going to say Stroller Wars. I have no idea.
Called Forever Young. Forever Young. Hipsters, children.
Called Forever Young. They're not ready to take on that responsibility.
That's called adulting. So not really parenting, they're focused on adulting.
Laura Lynn is leading by 3 points with only 3 rounds to go. Could it be the greatest comeback in sports history? We'll see.
A female chemist that works at a pharmaceutical company where social life is high school. It's called Chem 101. Yeah, my son is taking that right now in college, so we know that one's true.
That's called Pharma High. Pharma High. That's actually a pretty funny show. A lot of things happen there.
That show is called Chem 101.
Pharma High. Answer is C.
Oh, I miss Kim Possible, but I'm going to say Chem 101.
That's called periodic table. Don't know why. Periodic table, of course, is chem. I don't know what it has to do with, Anyway, leave that up to you.
24, 23, 22, 21, 20, and Justin, he may be at the bottom, but he's having way more fun than anybody else. This game is incredible, folks.
That is one hot mess. The answer is B.
Just My Luck. Great movie. One of my favorites.
It's Not You, It's My Coworker is the name of that show. It's Not You, It's My Coworker.
I like Office Awkward, but I'm gonna guess Just My Luck.
A man is dumped by his girlfriend and ends up being placed in the cubicle next door. That's called Just My Luck. That's just his luck. Terrible thing.
Oh gosh, poor guy has to sit next to his ex-girlfriend. Girl Next Door, name of that show.
Okay, it doesn't get much better than this. We are going into our final round, round 19, and we have 24, 24, 22, 22, 20. That is 5 people that have a chance to win. Megan, you were at the top all game, and you've slipped a little bit. But if you have won what I'm now calling Justin round, which is a 5-point round. Did you notice Justin just put up 5 points in the last round? Well played, Justin. Knuckles. Listen, if you put up that, you have a chance. But right now, it's Steve and Laura Lynn in the lead. Evan and Scott right behind it. I know, Scott's close. That's not good. But don't worry, he's probably not going to win. Here's the deal. Final round, one last thing. We will see who the grand champion is. Good luck to 5 out of 6 of you.
It's called the Manimal. Man, animal, manimal. And he helps complete.
Guys, you know what it is. G-Unit. G. That's a Zootective. What a great, great movie.
I really want to say Dr. Dolittle because, you know, we know Dr. Dolittle. I'm going to say Zootective.
That's Manimal. No idea why, but it's just what it is.
It's called Zootective.
The name of that show is Manimal. That is the name of that show.
No. 3 people picked Scott Treadways on the final round. And Scott picked the right answer. Now the question is, do those points do enough to put him in the lead? Because Steve also picked the right answer. Oh my goodness, I'm nervous. Drum roll, please. Come on, everyone. Drum roll at home. Show me the scoreboard. No! My worst nightmare has come true. Scott, how do you do it? You find a way to break my heart, to crush my dreams. I know I can't be the only one who feels this way. It is so hard to watch you do well, Scott. All right, I'm gonna need to go ahead and up my counseling sessions for the month of April. All right, thanks a lot. Anyway, for those of you guys at home, now that we're done with that nonsense, how did you do? Did you guys have fun? Did you compete as a family? Who won in your family? If you won in your family, I want you to stand up right now and go like King Kong style. Go, yeah, champion! Just flaunt it. Rock it around the living room. Do what you need to do to let your family know that you are superior and that they are inferior when it comes to the game of Psych. Okay? So listen, if you had fun, please comment below. Let us know. We hope you guys are hanging in there. We hope you guys are finding ways to keep yourself busy. We are loving the fact that you guys are tuning in online. We're loving the fact that your kids are watching the Rancho Kids videos, that your youth are watching the youth videos. We hope that this thing will be fixed and on its way to the normalcy that we all miss so much. But in the meantime, hang in there and keep tuning in to Rancho United. Peace out.